Hi everyone, my name is Aileen Wu and I am an Olympic weightlifting coach. This is my reaction to the 2020 Rogue Invitational Women's Clean and Jerk event. Here we go. So here we go, we have Tia Toomey at 240, feet under the bar, hands on bar, pulls the bar, jumps forward a little bit, the bar gets away from her a little bit past the knee for the jerk. Beautiful dip, beautiful receive on the jerk. Let's watch it slow. So notice right off the bat, Tia's already standing with her feet under the bar. She knows what that picture looks like. She knows what it looks like. Every time she steps up to the barbell, she makes it match. Her feet relative to the barbell, same distance, that picture looks the same. So let's see what happens next. So now she puts her hands on the bar. Notice she's measuring where her hands are relative to the bar. She's putting it down specifically. It looks like the edge of the knurling is against her index finger. She goes under the bar to pick it up, but notice she doesn't tighten up before she lifts the barbell. She puts her hands on the bar and she goes. I'd like to see the athletes tighten up before they pick up that barbell, just so there isn't that slack and that split moment the barbell doesn't pull them forward. But let's see what happens with Tia. She's picking up the barbell, weight transfers back on the foot, but here, notice the knees come back a little bit too much and now you're seeing separation with Tia and the barbell. From this angle, I don't know, like an inch or two, but weight's on the heels, very strong in her positioning. She's got this big chest. She's tightened up with her lats. You don't see that early arm bend. And she comes up under the barbell, but notice where she is right here. So notice where she is right here. She's about here on the barbell and she's already coming forward. That's because when she slacked off the knees a little bit too much and there's space between her and the barbell now to get closer to the barbell to jump it up, instead of it being this, she comes forward to the bar. So notice she's about here and she's already on her toes. What you'd like to see is you'd like to see this. So now I have all of this leg to travel up, and then now here I jump up and back or I extend, as opposed to here being here. But let's keep watching this lift. So she's already on her toes, she's jumping the barbell up. Notice also because of that, because of this, she jumps the barbell up, it's here in front of her as opposed to this. She gives it a big pull, pulls under, she has a strong turnover, she's pulling on the bar the whole way, there's no pull and pray action there. Receives the barbell, but has to jump slightly forward with it. Stands up with the barbell, getting ready for the jerk, here we go. Stands up with the barbell, brings her feet in for the jerk, awesome, love it. From here, dips for the jerk, weight on the heels, it doesn't come forward, big drive up, lands under the barbell with her arms locked out and straight, and then here she recovers, front foot, back foot. Beautiful jerk from Tia-Clair Toomey. So what some athletes do when they're doing the clean and the jerk as they go into the jerk is they rush the jerk. But notice here with Tia, she took a second, she stood up with the barbell, she brought her feet in, collected herself, and from here, she executed the jerk. Beautiful jerk. And another thing she did is as she received the jerk, she reacted to the barbell and her arms were straight on the receive. You didn't see this. My feet are already set, my arms aren't locked out yet, and I continue to push up. Beautiful clean and jerk from Tia-Clair Toomey. Cara Saunders, 240 gets tight, feet under the barbell. There's a lot of space between her and the barbell. You see that bump on the clean. And from here with the jerk, I'm not in love with this jerk, to be honest. She does a great job of being under the barbell, but it's a quick dip. When you think of the dip for the jerk, you think of your legs like springs, and you have to coil the springs. You have to coil them enough so that you have enough drive out of the legs. If you're too quick with the dip, you don't get enough coil of the spring. On the other side of that though, if you coil it too much, this is where it's not like a spring, and that if you coil your legs too much, they lose their drive or their ability to drive out of that. It's that fine balance of enough but not too much. In this case, I think it was a little not enough, but Cara Saunders, so massively strong, she was able to get away with it, but let's watch it slow. Feet under the bar, hands on bar, she's measuring her hands. Notice she gets under the barbell, she doesn't look straight for her point, and she just goes for the stand up. She doesn't tighten up, she doesn't look for the point straight ahead that she's looking at, she does that all as she picks up the barbell. And from here, she picks up the barbell. Notice how much space there is between her and that barbell right off the start. The barbell's pulling her forward, but she's strong in her positioning in terms of doing this, so at least there's that. But notice all the separation between her and the barbell at this point. So here she is at above the knee. Again, the knees slack off a little bit, but the barbell was already in front of her. And from here, there's a lot of space, and then her hips come forward into it, and she jumps that barbell up. into the clean. Does a double bounce in order to stand up with it, because it rocked her a little bit on the receive of the clean. But let's talk about that clean a little bit more. Cara picks up the barbell off the ground, and from here it's not tight against her. You're already seeing separation. I'm exaggerating greatly for purposes of it being easier for you to see. So it's here and it's out in front of her. At least her back is tight and her arms are straight. But from here, as she stands up with the barbell, because it's so far away from her, you also see her hips come forward to the barbell and this bump action happening as she goes to extend with the barbell and then get under it. What you would like to see is, especially once you pass the knee, you'd like to see no separation with the athlete and the barbell, so that from here, notice I'm keeping the barbell close to me, and as I jump and extend, the barbell can come up straight with me, as opposed to the barbell being out here, and then my hips, notice my hips have to come forward, and then that bump action happening to stand up with the barbell. Let's watch the jerk. Okay, so here we are with the jerk. She's got the pop off the clean. She's standing big and tall. It doesn't look like she's about to bring her legs in for the jerk, which we see a lot of athletes do. She's collecting herself. That's wonderful. Let's see what the dip looks like. She goes for the dip. Notice she comes forward on her toes on the dip. As she's dipping, her feet come forward a little bit. Exaggerating again. What you'd like to see is you'd like to see the straight down dip, weight on the heels. The reason for that is if you come forward on the dip, when you extend, the barbell's going to go out in front of you a little bit, which is what you see here. The barbell slightly in front of her on the receive. She's receiving it like this, as opposed to the barbell being right over her. Again, very strong, able to stabilize it, and that's another reason why she has to do the back leg step forward for the recovery, because the barbell's in front of her. So in order for it to stay on top of her, instead of recovering front foot, back foot, which is what you would normally see or what we recommend, she has to recover back foot first. Great job, Cara Saunders, 240. Here we go, Laura Horvath, 240. Notice right off the bat, her feet are very straight ahead. She's getting ready. She doesn't tie it up right off the floor. She doesn't get a lot of great tempo on the barbell either, but she's so strong. Stands up with the barbell from here. Also doesn't adjust her feet for the jerk, but it's a beautiful drive, locks her arms under it. Let's watch this slow. Notice her feet are very straight under the barbell. Hands on barbell. She's kind of getting set mentally. Athletes use this time to figure out what they're doing, adjust their grip, adjust their feet before they go lift the bar. Here she's getting ready. She pulls under the barbell. She doesn't take a breath, but I love how tight she is when she goes to pick up the barbell. And you can see that because when she picks up the barbell, it's smooth. Bar's coming back, but notice there, the knees slack off a little bit too much, which is what we see oftentimes with athletes that are very feet straight ahead with the Olympic lifts. And then from here, the barbell's in front of her. Again, the hips have to shoot forward to receive the barbell. Stands up with the barbell. So massively strong though. She's coming up smooth with the barbell. And from here, she stands up with the barbell, gets that little pop from the clean. She's getting set, she's getting ready for the jerk. She doesn't adjust her feet. A lot of athletes, most athletes bring their feet in for the jerk because in the receiving for the clean, your feet come out wide in this front squat position. To get ready for the jerk, a lot of athletes bring their feet in to get more drive and more power out of their legs. So here, she hasn't adjusted her feet, but maybe that's just what Laura does. Dip, weight on the heels, dip straight down, launches straight up, pushes her body under the barbell in this crisp motion. It looks like the back leg is a little extended too far out, and also the back ankle is pointed out, so that tends to shift the hip a little bit. You see her struggle a tiny bit with that, but overall, beautiful jerk. Nicely done. So before we leave Laura Horvath, the thing I want you to watch as we watch this lift again in full speed is notice the tempo on the barbell. There isn't a lot of it, okay, in terms of the clean itself. Let's watch it again. It's slow. You get a little bit of the pop at the end, but there isn't much momentum acceleration building going into that extension, that jump. So what you'd like to see is slow at the beginning, pass the knees, start to generate momentum and acceleration, then you get that pop at the end. What happens is the barbell flies. And from here, with the barbell flying, it gives you more vertical height so that you can receive the bar and get under it. One more time, I just want you to see the tempo of this pull. So feet on the bar, hands on bar, doesn't really tighten up, stands up with the barbell, pulls her forward, slacks with the knees, but just kind of slow throughout with a little bit of a pop at the end. We'll watch the jerk one more time. Nice dip, beautiful lock under with the arms, beautiful jerk. Amanda Barnhart, 240, feet on the bar, hands on bar, look straight ahead, knees slack off a little bit too much. Beautiful big drive after that though in terms of the extension and the jump, pulls herself under, doesn't adjust her feet for the jerk, and gives it a kind of bit of a drive, not very strong, straight down though, but she's just so strong that she almost presses it overhead, but it's seamless for her. It's not even an issue. Let's watch it slow. All right, here we go. Amanda Barnhart, 240. Notice also feet very straight ahead, hands on the barbell. From here, she doesn't tighten up in terms of take a breath, tighten the back, tighten up the core, but she's looking straight ahead. She picks up the barbell. Notice there's no slack when she picks up the barbell. Her back stays smooth. And from here, barbell comes up. But here, notice right here at the above the knee position, the knees come back a little bit too much, they're slack, and before there wasn't separation, and now you see it. There's separation with her and the barbell. Her hips come forward under the barbell a little bit to close the distance. She ends up jumping a little bit early, but gives it this big shrug, big pull, does a great job meeting the barbell where it's at, is tight on the receive, catches the bounce, stands right up. Again, Amanda Barnhart, so massively strong. Gets ready for the jerk, doesn't adjust her feet. She likes doing that, cool. Getting set, getting tight, mentally preparing for what's gonna happen. Dips, weights on heels, bar comes up straight, doesn't lose contact with the bar. Big drive up, beautiful drive up, arms under the bar. Don't love the jerk stance. Both legs are kind of straight, so she doesn't get down under the bar enough. I can explain that more when we get heavier at 240. Obviously not a problem for Amanda Barnhart, but very curious as to what this is gonna look like when it gets heavier for her. Great job, Amanda Barnhart, 240. Thanks for watching this part of my reaction to the 2020 Rogue Invitational Women's Clean and Jerk event. If you'd like the video, please like and subscribe below. For any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments below. If you'd like to work with me to improve your Olympic lifting, check me out at www.wulift.com. We got more of this coming for you soon. Thanks guys, have a great day. A lot happens with the clean and jerk. It talks so much faster.